What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we've got something just a little bit funny. Now, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I ended up talking about how Wilds is pretty much done, and I stand a little corrected. There was a small quest for the Ichiran Ramen from the clerk that dropped just a day or two ago, but as far as actual builds go, there's not a whole lot to work with. We don't have a whole lot of new stuff dropping. So, I told you guys I was going to start making some funny builds. And this one, at least to me, is absolutely hilarious. This is Akuma from the Street Fighter collab. This was actually the first collab that we got in Monster Hunter Wilds with another game. And it's not great, but thanks to transcended armor, you can actually make it a lot better. You can actually even see mine. I have mimicked myself to look like Goku because why not? So, without further ado, let's get into my Street Fighter Punchy Akuma build. For the memes, we're rocking all of the demon gear. And the reason we're rocking all of the demon gear is because you cannot mix and match these pieces. You can only have all of this or none of this, which means it's going to have very similar stat lines. My idea behind it was we're going to play into a specific part of Akuma, which we will get into in just a second. So, Demon Prayer Beads, Garb, Arm Wraps, Belt, and Pants. The big difference between my gear and other people's Akuma gear, especially if you played when the Street Fighter event was out, is going to be that mine is transcended. And the way you transcend it is going to be going and getting more of the Street Fighter 6 tickets. At least I think it was 6. I could be wrong. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the arena at the hub, and you are going to fight an Ajiraken. You can choose to either do it by yourself or with a friend, but it cannot be online. You guys both have to be in the hub together, okay? Now, I'll put up something on the screen just so you guys can see what quest it was that I did. All you need to do is clear it, okay? If you want to go for an A rank, B rank, whatever with the different weapons, cool, great, but you don't have to. You just need to beat it, okay? Once you do that, you will get all of this gear. If you hadn't gotten to that part yet, go to the Oil Well Basin, look for the Akuma quest, and you'll be able to start it from there. Then you'll be able to continue from where I just said, okay? And then you need to do it all over again several times because you have to transcend this gear. It was not fun. I did not enjoy it, but it's because I'm not a huge fan of the Ajiraken monster as itself. He is not nearly as cool as Rajang, in my opinion, okay? For the charm, something with attack boost is really, really good here, and that's because Akuma does not care about anything other than just doing damage, okay? If you are using the Akuma how I've been using the Akuma, you're not even using your weapon other than to buff yourself, which is why we have the Hunting Horn here. Hunting Horn is just going to be really, really nice to give us our attack boost large, our defense boost large, and that's it. Other than that, you are using your fist because Akuma, when you have all of this stuff on, comes with his own little attacks. That is Satsui no Hado. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Master of the Fist. You get better attacks for special actions, your drive impacts can trigger offsets, and more of your offsets do more damage, okay? Really, really fun, really, really nice. As far as the decorations go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flare jewels, and the reason we have 4 there is because my charm actually has a 5th one. Ideally, what you want to go for is the 5. If you cannot get it because you don't have an attack boost flare charm, I would go for right here, replacing counter, but that is up to you. We have 1, 2, 3 protection jewels. This is to make sure that we have divine blessing. Because we're using the Akuma gear and we are literally like punching a monster, we want to make sure that when we trade blows, it's not as devastating to us, okay? Because it's transcended, you still get the decent defense for it, but you need to remember that you're a lot closer because you're using your fist. It doesn't even have the same range as dual blades. It's even less than that, okay? Then we have the counter jewel. Like I said, there's 3 here on mine. If you do not have an attack boost flare, recommend just taking it off of 1. That'll give you the flare level 5, but it'll give you counter strike level 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3 chain jewels. Chain jewels are just going to make it to where we have burst level 3. And then we have the attack jewel and the growth jewel. Now, there is one additional one that I had not slotted in, and that's in our weapon, but we'll hit that in just a minute. Basically, the growth jewel is just going to give you an attack and a defense bonus up while you are in the midst of fighting. The attack jewel is going to make it to where we get the percent increase for attack boost, plus 4%, plus a 9 raw. That is going to apply to our weapon, but it does apply to the damage that Akuma does. So if you have a weapon that is extremely high raw attack, maybe on the hunting horn specifically, great. The problem with it is because typically you want to use hunting horn with Akuma. You can buff yourself and then you can go into a fight. Unless you are playing with support hunters that can buff you themselves, that way you have a higher raw attack weapon, you're kind of stuck without it. Either you go for a Gogma Ardian weapon that has insanely high raw attack, or you go for like a hunting horn that does not have crazy raw attack, but it has the attack up large. So you guys will have to decide there. Like you can see right here, I have on my bow, we have attack boost, everything, and if I were to put this on, I'd be at 276. Without it, on just this hunting horn, I'm at 248, meaning I would naturally do more damage here, so it would be good to swap to after using your hunting horn, but that's a lot of work for somebody that is just trying to do a meme build like I am, because why not have some fun with it, okay? As far as the rest of our decorations go, we have a Sonorous attack jewel. This is going to give us the attack 5. We have a KO jewel. This isn't going to do anything because we're not hitting with our weapon. And this last jewel just, there doesn't need to be anything here. The only thing you really need to worry about is the attack jewel, because it's just going to boost your raw attack. And having this weapon equipped is going to allow that to happen. But because we are not actually using this weapon for Slugger, I don't believe that it works. I could be could be corrected. I'm unsure. I didn't notice a difference, but it's hard to tell with Slugger specifically if it was actually going to be doing anything. But I tell you guys, this build is so much fun to just mess around with. You can see at the bottom, we have different things going on right now. We have the Gao Hadoken, which if I were to go ahead and... Nope, wrong button. I have a cat at my door. You can see here, this is our infinite slinger ammo. It's a little fun, it's a little memey, but you get to have it as much as you want, and then you can do your drive impact. This will trigger whenever you hit a wound. Okay. Definitely one of those fun ones. You can do drive impact on wounds, but more than likely you're going to be doing this the majority of the time, which is the assisted combo. And this lets you do an alternation of kicks, punches, light punches, and the Odi Tatsumaki Zanku Kyaku. I actually feel like I said that really, really well, all things considered. But you can see that our drive impact gauge is back, and the wound was just destroyed. Overall, this build is a lot of fun. You just kind of mess around. You get to punch the monster. It is a little wonky if you're playing on mouse and keyboard. If you do not hit the correct input at the very beginning, or maybe you take too long to hit another one, you might accidentally pull out your weapon. But it is a good time, and I recommend everybody give it at least a little bit of a chance, because just for the fun, just for the memes, we're past the point of the game where you need to be sweating every single fight. Like, play to improve, play to have fun, but most importantly, just have a good time. Just have a good time, and that's exactly what this build is. You can see here, we've got another wound, so we can go ahead and activate it again. It doesn't do an amazing amount of damage, but it's fun, it's cool, and it lets you do something that most games don't do. Lets you play something a completely different way. And at least for me, going through and fighting Arkfeld with it, it was definitely a good time. It took a couple of tries, but it was definitely one of those that I had a good enough of a time with that I was like, yeah, you know what? We talk about meme builds, we talk about having fun. What better way to do so than with Akuma? That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the memes. This week's video will end up being a tier list on my most favorite and fun weapons before next week, where I start diving into the older Monster Hunter games and some of the big differences between them. So, if you're interested in that, you want to end up learning more about some of the predecessors to Monster Hunter Wilds, I suggest you stay tuned. That being said, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.